New tournament starting soon. We need to practice for it. That's what we're doing today. What up, YouTube? Like, comment, subscribe. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so this is going to be the same randomizer settings for the co-op tournament that's happening in just a few weeks, I want to say. So my goal for these upcoming, every once in a while I'll be hopping in, doing some practice, but I don't have a co-op partner with me today, so I'm just going to be playing through a co-op seed, but solo, hoping to get a better understanding of how the randomizer works for this preset. This preset's pretty intricate. We have all the bosses need to be killed. We need to collect all the bounties, which means we need to find familiar cards to, tell us what the bounties are. You know what? I'm immune. Whatever. I have the Shadow Cloak on right now, which is a custom item added to the game via this randomizer. There's a lot of stuff to keep in mind, so I definitely just want to get more familiar with the randomizer as it is and go from there. This is an awkward spawn as well because the way that this randomizer works is until you find the castle key, you don't have access to teleporters. So if the castle key happens to be at, what's it called? Castle entrance, I have to go there manually. I can't use the teleporter, which is a little annoying. A Dark Shield, we have Maulblung, which is pretty nice. Not a bad combo. Yeah, the transparency thing is a part of this randomizer preset. Oh, I also forgot to check underneath. See, this is why I'm getting practice in. The ferryman's fish thing is another random check. So every kill from an enemy is going to drop an item as well. So maybe it is worth farming some items and stuff. But can you open up, please? I'm not going to go too far on my way to do all that. What's going on with my MP, by the way? Am I crazy for also transparent gargoyle? That's pretty sick. That's probably never happened before. I don't think it's chaos drops. I think it's just guaranteed drops. So I'm going to go into the library just to get some checks done out of the way now, but I don't know if this is correct. I'm really trying to understand the meta when there's so many extra checks available. I don't know. Also, I think it's worth just, not killing enemies that do... Oh, Demon Mail. I think that is Dark Mail, but better, right? Absorbs darkness and increases strength, yeah. So now we're immune to dark damage and hit damage and slash damage, so we're basically invincible. Pretty strong start. Okay, we did find Leapstone. That's very nice. I'm not going to complain about that. I think Maulblung takes magic. Oh, it does. Yeah, every time I'm slashing the sword, it costs magic. Huh. I wonder why that is. There's definitely been something changed with the Maulblung, but I don't know exactly what yet. Does it not do shield rod stuff anymore? Does it just increase your damage based off of the shield you have equipped or something? Did they rebalance it that way? Mystic Sword of Protection, cool. Shield rod for 2k, Rahab, Alucard Sword. A lot of interesting stuff that I cannot afford. Varda would be nice. We'll come back later.
Farewell for now.
Sick hamburger. Let's go. How's the rando going? It's going. It's going. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what this rando is all about. So, we'll get there eventually. We will get there eventually. Vanilla items shouldn't be modified. Clueless. I mean, this is definitely Maulblung sword. And it says, yeah, improves defense. So there is nothing in the shield's description, or sorry, the sword's description that implies that it uses MP to attack. Is it something else that I'm wearing? Is there another piece of equipment that's like increased damage, but you gotta use... No. Is it the demon mail? Oh, I can't. I'm cursed. I can't check. Like, what is causing this phenomena? No, still cost MP. Yeah, I think the Mublung just does that now. If that's a bug, then I don't know, man. That's crazy. So, not a huge fan of this needle in a haystack start, but we'll see. Okay, Castle Key is here. That was something I was worried about leaving behind, so I'm glad we found it now. So, layer 1, aka the stuff that's available right away, was both Castle Key and Leapstone, which is interesting. This is also an 8 complexity preset, so very strange. Very strange. I'm sure there's documentation somewhere on all the changes. Surely. And if I was somebody who was maybe, I don't know, running a tournament with these item changes available somewhere, or these item changes prominently featured in the preset, maybe I would have a document explaining the item changes somewhere, maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe that does exist, and I'm just unaware of it. Yeah, I have access to all the warps. Diamond is nice. We can buy everything from the shop now. What is more competitively viable? Low complexity or high complexity? I don't think it's a matter of low versus high. In general, low complexity is something that is more random. High complexity can be more of a slog to get through, and the difficulty comes from if or when you're able to skip complexity. So, I don't know. You made it last year, I'll repost it. Yeah, that would be nice to just know what the changes are to all the items. Oh, nice duplicator drop. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's go. I think teams are decided based off of Eldritch, essentially. The tournament organizer will pick teams. And we'll try and make balanced teams based off of the skills and abilities of the players involved. You know what? I don't think I have a throwable item. I'll grab the shuriken. It's pretty decent, I think, right? Probably. Improves blood. Like, why is this bloodstone a different color? You know what I mean? Like, what's the dealio there? Just double checking my inventory. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do. Teams are based off of comedic potential. Yeah. Does the team have good vibes? Very important. Oops. What's my strength at right now? In fact, can I intentionally lower it anymore? I don't believe so, sadly. Because I wanted to maybe not kill these flea riders in a single hit, but I think I'm going to. Yeah. I mean, with this, it's still ridiculously easy to get up here, so it doesn't matter. But if I could hit them multiple times, I could do some crazy stuff. For sure. Okay, I'll just put this back on for damage. Yeah, we do have a quadruplicator. The world's most powerful item. I mean, I could try and flea ladder back up and over to do some early stuff, but it's not worth it, I don't think. I imagine we're going to find flight here in just a minute. I'm going to check this entrance check. Yo, Vorpal Blade, nice. I mean, Flea Ladder when you're immune to damage is pretty easy to do. Ain't nothing too stressful about it. So there are more checks I could do in Alchemy Lab and stuff like that, but I can't full clear it yet, so I think I would rather go into the mines. Because I can full clear the mines. I can also full clear caverns after if I would like to. Not full clear, but do a lot. Oh yeah, I'm not immune to fire. 8 HP, please. Thank you. Our first bounty, let's check it out. It is... Where's Skeleton? Well, we're going in that direction right now. We're about to find that skeleton. Do-do-do. Ba-bum-ba-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Nice. I wonder if I should switch to the Vorpal Blade. I think the answer is yes. I'll grab this guy, sure, whatever. I think Vorpal is just better, and I can get rid of this duplicator for now. And just, or not. I don't know. Whatever, man. Did I not get an elixir or any potion? I just wanted something to make sure I don't die, but that's fine. Everyone's asking where Skeleton. No one asks how is Skeleton. I think CEO's in Orlando these days. I'm not sure, though. How's it going, Ren? All right, time to figure out... Because I think these are randomized, right? Yeah, it's not the vanilla layout. This one is slightly different, right? Yeah, it starts similar to the vanilla layout, though. Yeah, getting this cape is honestly... It's insane. I don't know. This item probably shouldn't exist. To be honest with you guys. Like, this is the most broken item I could think of for a randomizer. Well, we got nothing from it. It's fine. Seems quite OP. Oh, it is. It is. I'm trying to think here.
Kill me! I yearn for the sweet release of death.
Yo, what up, Doc? Appreciate the 57 months, my dude. You still take elemental damage? That's not... Okay. I know. The reason why this cape shouldn't exist has nothing to do with the fact that you're immune to, like, oh, I won't die. It's because you get to do spike breaker shit out of logic. And it also gives you infinite movement potential because you just get to ignore walking into enemies. You don't have to slow down at all. Like, the time save for having this cape on versus not having it in your inventory is ridiculous. And it's just a random equipment that you just find. Like, there are so many reasons why this should not exist in a competition. I understand we're playing a tournament that is a silly thing for fun, that has no stakes on the line. So I don't really care. But... I also have a talisman on as if that's going to do anything when I'm immune to everything already, basically. All the damage that matters, at least. Yeah, put this back on. We did start with that. You talk about a Shadow Cloak ban? I mean, I would be fine with it personally. If it doesn't get banned, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, It depends on what Eldritch's tolerance for a Mickey Mouse tournament is. That's all. Varda not needed? I could have bought it. Whatever. I'm not really hurting for damage at this point. I'm just lazy. But yeah, ultimately, it's like, it comes down to, does Eldritch care if his Mickey Mouse tournament is Mickey Mouse? If he doesn't care, then that's fine. If he thinks that the tournament should be taken somewhat seriously, then he probably should remove this cape. Do I want to do entrance? Yeah, I think just going from Alchemy Lab right now is probably the best thing, even though it's probably going to be some amount of backtracking involved. I just don't want to leave the... There's a couple things I don't want to leave behind. Like I said, I could go up through caverns, but I don't know if that's in logic or not. Right? Because I think you have to do the bridge break from below if you want to enter caverns from below, right? Or is that just open? I forget. I'm going the wrong way. Let's remember to do this. I can skip the rest of Alchemy Lab now. So I could actually just warp back to Aurox's quarters. Let's do that. Caverns is not in logic from below. Okay, thank you. That's what I remembered, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. Yeah, let's just go Aurox's quarters. It's only in logic and Rampage. Interesting. I wonder why. What do you guys mean by in logic? When a randomizer seed is created, the randomizer itself is deciding how to logically place items in a random fashion in the map. The logic itself is something that is known to us, the players, right? So, for example, in order to prevent soft locks, you need to have logic in your randomizer. Otherwise, you could end up with something where if it's just purely random, you could have, like, the holy glasses inside of the second castle. And then it would turn your, playthrough into a you can't beat the game unless you use glitches sort of thing, right? So if you want certain routes and stuff to be consistent whilst still being random, you need logic. So we take advantage of knowing how the randomizer logic works to understand how and what limitations are present in these randomizer runs. So, for example, I know that in order to get to a place that needs flight, then the game is going to give you flight somewhere before needing flight, if that makes sense. So if you end up doing stuff out of logic, aka using some sort of trick or maneuver to... I don't think that was a check. If you use some sort of trick or maneuver to get to a location without the logical requirements, then you can get extra info on what the seed wanted from you. So, for example, the randomizer does not expect you to enter the caverns from below using the warp in the mines and then just escaping out of the mines. So you could use that to your advantage to essentially, if you go in that direction, you know that the game expected you to have Jewel of Open before all of the other items you find there. Yeah, I think Extended is, would not have been my personal pick for this preset. I think Equipment would have been better, but yeah. Skill of Wolf. Interesting. Yeah, this cape is OP. Yeah, I don't need to check any of those items. Honestly, I don't need anything anymore. I just need relics. All the items are basically free at this point. There's Jewel of Open, so the next step is probably it wants us to go into the caverns now. Which is fine. I mean, I'm already here, so I want to kill this boss while I'm here. Because this is an all bosses randomizer, so let's not forget any of this. Plus, there are some item checks over here that I could do. Masamune, pretty good. I don't think I'm going to need to switch my weapons up, though. I just grabbed it because it looks nice. Silver ring check now? I can't. I don't have Form of Mist. We've already done Minotaur Werewolf, so we can just go. I mean, there are other out-of-logic stuff you can do with the items. That is true. We're 21 minutes in and we still don't have flight. It's not terrible, I don't think. So now we go back to the mines. And now we go up. Yeah, I have Power of Mist, not Form of Mist. Yeah, Power of Mist, the relic is darker. Like, the color of it is darker. Hold on. Oh, shit, I gotta do some out-of-logic shit here. I didn't even notice. Can you fly down a little bit? Actually, can I just... I need to dive kick off this lady. There we go. Demon bro? Motherfucker. Of course that's curse damage. There we go. Yeah, there you go. That is a good explanation for out of logic. The game did not expect me to dive kick off of that lady to get up here. But... that Cube of Zoe, however, actually technically is in logic now that I have Jewel of Open, because the intended progression is that you come here with Jewel of Open via the normal route. I just did it in a different manner. So, that guy wanted to talk about a Switch. Joke's on you. I've moved on to the Switch 2. Let me think. This is a tricky one. I probably do want to prioritize going to the clock room, because I think that is guaranteed to be my flight. No, I'm being dumb. That's not guaranteed to be my flight at all. But it has a chance to be my flight. So with that in mind, I'll grab the stopwatch, sure. I think there's supposed to be a guaranteed stopwatch, but you never know. Oh, nice, a Varda. See, I got to save my money. Also, that's a library card over there that we don't need. You gotta save money to make money. You can pass spikes with the Death Strobe as well. Look, I think we're at the point now where... I'm going the wrong way. If there's that many items in the Beyond stuff that can let you break logic, I think we just accept that this is a Mickey Mouse tournament and none of this matters. Because Eldritch wanted to mess around with items that were not balanced around competition, but instead just for fun. Which is fine. I think at that point we just remove the entire Beyond items, if that's the case. Like, if there are multiple items that break logic, which there are, you just gotta... I think we just accept either all of them banned or none of them banned. And if we don't ban them, again, I don't think that's a bad thing. It just, in my mind, because the tournament could be something that people take seriously, potentially, but I just foresee a lot of bullshit. Right? And that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with us doing a throwaway tournament once a year, like Eldritch is one to do, with silly ideas. I don't want to be like, hey, you have to change your tournament because I think this will be Mickey Mouse as fuck. But, like, it's still going to be fun. I don't know. And to be fair, it's not like other tournaments aren't Mickey Mouse and they try and be serious. So it's fine. I'm fine with the Mickey Mouse-ness of it all. Can I use the mannequin to get to Succubus early? I wonder. It depends on if I get flight here or not, I guess. Whether I'll try it. Because if I don't get flight here, then I will. Okay, now it's guaranteed that this has to be flight. I'm 99% sure. Hello? Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I think the tournament's going to be fun, regardless. It's just whether or not I'm going to be taking it very seriously will depend on a few things, but it's fine. I don't think it's really going to matter all that much. I guess if I was worried about the logic, I would save here, but I have library cards as well. But I'm like 99% sure I didn't break logic. Yeah, okay. So this is guaranteed to be flight. Come on, man. Get in the damn hole. It's flight time. Yo, another library card. I can go back and do Succubus now. I think I'm going to do that just because I don't want to leave it behind. Theoretically, I could always come back later. I don't know. When you have bounties as a win condition, it's like really awkward to not just do the closest relic every single time. Because if it's a random bounty in that spot, you want to have the information of what the enemy is as soon as possible. So when you're dealing with bounties, it makes you play, in my mind, suboptimally. Because if it was just a random Vlad there and not a bounty, I would be comfortable skipping Succubus. That's what I'm saying, Crazy. In a normal randomizer, I would hold off on Succubus until I found Merman, right? But because we're playing bounties, if there's a bounty at Succubus, I need it now. So that way I can route around whatever enemy it ends up being, right? There's just a larger punishment for getting the random bounties late in the game. You can use the mannequin to break into Alrox's room. That's fun. I like that. I mean, it's obviously worse with bounty hunters since you have to farm the enemies. Nice try, Demon Bro. He tried. Yeah, and if this is nothing, it's still a boss that I need to kill. So, yeah, it's fine. Just got a library card now. Could be worse. No! The karma coin! Streamer, go back! I need to gamble! Is there a way for you to see the entire seed before you play it? Just asking for an idea. You can generate a seed with spoilers on, right? That is an option. Oh, god damn it. I'm not immune to curse yet. I always forget. Why am I jumping over these guys? Okay. And now we just round up all the flight checks as quickly as we can. Bonk. What up, Sable? How you doing? Whee! Oh, no, it was nothing! Fuck! Oh, well. It's all good. Yeah, we have these two checks, and then we have the Alchemy Lab checks, we have the entrance check. I did intentionally skip some stuff in Caverns, because it's the left side of Caverns. But we'll see. We'll see if it comes back to bite me. Am I thinking of ways to tweak the settings? It's not my tournament, so it's not my place to say what exactly the tournament should be. But I think right now, the mishmash of settings is fun and interesting. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's good for competition, but these types of tournaments aren't necessarily meant to be good for competition. And to be fair, I'm still of the opinion that Symphony of the Night Randomizer is not in a fit spot for competition at all right now. I think a lot would need to be changed about it. But it is fun to play and just mess around with. So it's not like a big deal that it's not super competitively viable or whatever. People compete in all sorts of silly shit, you know what I mean? There are people who do competitive Mario Party tournaments and stuff, right? And that game is, you know, an RNG nightmare. So it's not like I'm saying that it's a bad thing that the game is like this. It's just I'm making an observation that the game is like this. That's all. I think people get really weird when I say something like, yeah, the game I don't think is in a very good competitive spot. That's not me making a value judgment. That's me just explaining the situation, and then people get really upset. Whee! Nice little logic break here. Yep. Now, if there's something important behind All Rocks here, then this is a huge skip. Because that is also out of logic. Using those mannequins. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very disillusioned with the way that discourse works on the internet because it is a bunch of people who are very tangentially aware of, if not, they're very tangentially aware of the situation or the community that they're communicating within. They're not really invested in it. But when they have the opportunity to share their opinion loudly on a thing that they're not invested in or knowledgeable on, they feel the need to do so. And this is a, small minority of people, don't get me wrong, but they're just really loud and annoying about it. You can enter without Jewel? How do you do that? Yo, Death Throws. Eldritch took that out. I was gonna say, how do you clip in with that sort of shit? You know what I mean? Like, that seems very much not chill. I think we just go second castle now, right? Probably. Use the mannequin on the door and it just clips you through. That's crazy. Speaking of crazy, Henry, thank you for the insano Prime sub. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. It used to just go through blue doors. That too, Dick Nation, yeah. I think the way that communication exists on the internet is people are pressured via the norm. God damn it, I do this every time. The normalization of just providing unsolicited opinions. Like, I mean, it's the whole reason why like comment sections exist and are a means of algorithmic boosting. I mean, it all started with like Facebook likes. As soon as there was a metric to aim for with your communication, all of a sudden, you are now incentivized to have a take on every possible situation. When in reality, I don't think that's necessarily healthy or important. But actually, you participate in the internet, therefore you are a hypocrite. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you criticize society, yet you participate in it. Type shit. I get it. Very curious. That's what I'm saying. Also, I am very smart. I don't know. If any of this shit in the first castle matters, I'd be surprised. The only thing I could do is like alchemy lab. An entrance, I guess. Like that sort of thing, but that's really slow. I don't want to do all that. Yo, what an interesting spawn. I think the fastest... Oh, shit! A bat! I think the fastest way for me to get back to the center of the reverse castle now is going to be utilizing the just a library card and then going there from there. It's very fast. Also, I do want to say, because you're allowed to be nuanced, at least I'd like to believe that we're allowed to be nuanced as human beings. I'm not saying that people aren't allowed to have discussions on topics just for fun. I think that's totally normal and fine. I just personally get a little tired when the discussions themselves become very, how you say, negative. And the negativity is coming from people who are not invested nor involved. That's when I'm like, okay. It's the, I just heard about this whole, I don't know, insert controversy here today, and also I must form an opinion on it immediately. It's the same type of plague of, like, YouTube commentary videos that are, like, copy and pasted. The fall of Penis Boy 69. And it's just like a 40-minute long documentary being like, and he was really mean to somebody one time 5 years ago. And also, guy just didn't want to make YouTube content anymore. The end. And then everybody walks away being like, yeah, dude, fuck Penis Guy 69 or whatever the fuck his name was. Penis Boy 69. Or I guess he grew up and turned into Penis Guy 69? I don't know. Is that faster or is it invisible? It is invisible. Is this always the guaranteed library card in this preset, or is that just a relic check? Because the tracker says it's relic check. But I feel like it's always been a library card for me, but this preset also gives you library cards. So I don't know. It is a relic check? Okay. I guess I've just gotten unlucky to see it there the entire time. I'm gonna have to come back here, which sucks, but I don't mind. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna have to backtrack through some of these zones with new gear. That's just the way that this situation is for me. So either I come back with Wolf on the right side, or I come back with Mist on like the left side or something like that. Yeah, I know the Vlads have been replaced with library cards. Reverse Demon is also a check. I have to remember that. There we go. Oh. A life apple. You know what? Why not? Just for funsies. We grab those. Yeah, the demon's trying his best to keep up. The demon and the fairy are like... Never mind, he's talking.
Hasn't been pressed yet.
I didn't want to interrupt him. I guess it's actually the demon, the fairy, and the sword. Surprisingly, that's a library card as well. But that wasn't a relic check. That's just a random library card. What are the odds? 41 minutes and one card is insane. I'm playing solo, so I don't think it's that insane. Yeah, I know, that's not a check. That's just... I just did it just to do it. Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Hello. It is a shame. I think also it's like I said, it's just a minority of people. There's not... Most people just watch a thing and then don't engage with it. Maybe they'll drop a like if they liked something on a YouTube video. It's just that the data of the non-chatters, the non-commenters, isn't stored or considered when these conversations get brought up, right? So if like 90% of people don't chat, and then let's say 30% of the people who do chat talk out their ass on some shit they don't know, it's a very small percentage of actual annoying-ass people, but the impact of those small people is felt disproportionately because the normal, civilized people who are just enjoying the content don't speak up and, like, drown out those voices, but they're not expecting to say anything because there's nothing to say. It's just they're silently enjoying the thing that they want to enjoy, which is very normal, and I would not ask them to deviate from that, you know? Actually, you know what? I'll just test it. No, that's Alucard. Never mind. I thought that was Alucard. Also, I know I'm not doing the infinite right. I don't care if he breaks. He was going to break out. Because I'm immune to the lightning ball attack. Because it's not actually lightning damage. Fun fact. Very fun. Very factual. Power of Wolf. You know, I'll grab it for funsies. Any other transformation would be great. Mist would be great, just for movement and for some checks. Wolf would be great. So. What type of damage is it? Hit type damage. A lot of people do not know that. Galamoth's balls are not lightning damage. It is just regular hit type damage.
We're
So.
trying to get to Castlevania. Stop trying to make me do 9/11.
Alimra, thank you very much for the 25 months. Hope you've been well. Wishing you good luck on your Symphony of the Night speedrunning journey. I'm trying to make it to Eternity eventually. You're a busy dude. Don't worry about it. I still have never killed Slugger and Gaibon. I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm incentivized to go back there at some point anyways. I don't have Mist, so I don't want to do this stuff. Yeah, we'll do this instead. I'm going to do this boss check. Gotta start looking at some spicier tech. Good luck, good luck. If you need any help with anything, just let me know.
Yo, is that Echo of Bat? Let's fucking go! Wow, I can do everything now. I can do this. Scree.
You can do scree smashes. Scree. Is it useful in any way? No. But it's fun. Don't need that. Or any of that. Alrighty. This way. Yeah, once we get Force of Echo, it's over. Damn, Demon Bro said, die! Alrighty. I wonder if I should have realized that because I found Soul of Bat here, the next logical step is likely Olarox, because it's the only transformation location that is unlocked right now. I don't have Mist, so I can't go that way. Did I say Olarox? I meant Akmadon. I think Akmadon is going to have the next step, if I had to guess. It's probably going to be Mist into Wolf or Wolf into Mist, something like that. Or like Merman Statue into Wolf into Mist, some combination of that stuff. I've not been counting complexity, so I don't really know, but I'm fairly certain that it's going to be something like this. I think it has to. Think again. Okay. I guess there's plenty of complexity options on the table, so it could just be shared complexity on the same layer as just everything in the second castle, so I just haven't found it yet. That's very reasonable. Rando is done through BizHawk. You have a couple of different options if you want to play a Symphony of the Night randomizer, but in general, we play using BizHawk because it has all of the compatibility with all of the randomizer tools, like the auto tracker, map tracker, auto splitter, stuff like that. But you can technically play on like any emulator. There's a randomizer version that works for the Xbox 360 version of the game if you want to use 360 emulation, or just a modded 360 console. There is a randomizer that works for Saturn version of the game. There's a randomizer that works for the PSX recomp. So there's a bunch of different options. But generally, if you wanted to like sit down and do a race, the community generally just plays on BizHawk. There's Mist. Now I'm incentivized to do all the missed checks. So I should probably turn around, do Twilight Cloak, and then go to Outer Wall and do those checks. Yeah, the integrated randomizer is another option as well. And that you can very easily run on like a modded PS1. That's how I run the integrated randomizer, is on my X station. I bunked. I bunked in my head. Mamma mia. Yo, is that a Varda? I wonder if it would have been worth to library card to get out of here. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just go there manually, I guess. There's very few checks left. Regardless. I think we're coming down to the last couple of progression steps. If not, this is the last progression step. So. What about the 3DS port Lamau? Huh? Would you like to explain that joke? Because I don't get it, and I would love to be in on the joke, personally. That would make me feel so good about myself. 3DS, more like CDs? Wait, what? What about compact discs? I'm so confused. No, I think the joke is there is not a 3DS port of SotN. But I think that's as far as the joke goes. So I'm not sure if the joke is, like, there are so many ports of SotN, isn't it ridiculous that you would believe that there's a 3DS port of SotN? That's my guess as to what the joke is. It's a little bit... Yeah, the joke is that it would be ridiculous if it was a thing. Okay, so not to be like a... Like, you're not asking for critique on your joke, but I will unsolicitedly give it to you anyways. So there are multiple logical steps that we as an audience have to follow along to understand that that's a joke, right? So some sort of premise that sets up, like, there's so many ports of SotN, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a damn 3DS randomizer or some shit like that. Then people could understand that you're joking, you know what I mean? I think it's just a little muddied, right? Yeah, I don't think there was anything wrong with it, right? Like, you're definitely trying out something. I picked it up generally, but it's just not a very strong... Like, the punchline is very weak. So, thank you again for subscribing for Joke Critique 69. I'll be billing your insurance in 4 to 69 business days. Yo, fire a bat, let's go! Why is there a little steppy there? Why would they put that there? It should be a smooth slope for me to slide across. Ah! There's still another missed check for us to do, so... I didn't realize I had so many comedy experts in my chat. I'll defer to you guys next time. You guys clearly have figured it out and are experts in the field. Motherfuck! God damn it. Wait, there's not a... Oh, so we're out of mischecks. Then in that case, I just library card. And do the mischecks in First Castle. Bro's just mad he didn't play the Ouya version. Nat, see? There you go. That's a good one. Ain't no one gonna believe that there was... First of all, you'd have to know what the Ouya is, but for those that know what the Ouya is, that's a good joke. 10 out of 10. No notes. And see, you too could get results like this if you join the memers class for absolute jokeness.
Waiting until I see someone with a PhD in tomfoolery.
Yeah, please, is there a doctor on the plane, specifically in tomfoolery? Oh, I don't need this shit. What the fuck? One hour mark before the next Vlad. I think we're just missing all the random Vlads, which is fine. It's very annoying, but we're basically about to get the complexity Vlad soon. It has to be at Silver Ring, I'm pretty sure, or it's like from Silver Ring, it then leads to the next thing. And then from there, we should be able to clean up the missing checks and just hope to find the stuff that we're missing. Yeah, you too can get instant results in your comedy. Sign up today. All you have to do is subscribe to the Twitch channel for $5.99 a month. Or free with your Prime subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free subscription to any stream on the channel. On the platform, I mean. It's Complexity 8, yeah. To be fair, Complexity 8 and Complexity 0 are basically the same thing. It's like if you stack 2 zeros on top of each other. You got Complexity 8. Have I checked Forbidden? No. Like, Spirit Orb has been skipped this entire time. How many Garnet for the advanced cores? That requires a copy of your Social Security card, a blood sacrifice from your firstborn child, power of attorney, and only then I'll consider it. Nothing. This randomizer fucking sucks ass. So both Bat and Mist have not been relics for the complexity. Awesome. So everything we're doing here is a waste of time. Love that. Power of Wolf, Power of Bat, Power of Attorney. With our powers combined. I guess it's possible, actually, that Wolf was available on a lower layer, just chilling somewhere, and then Bat was the complexity relic. If that's the case, that sucks. Like, if Wolf is here, or just randomly somewhere else, that does suck for us that we skipped it, but whatever. We've not done regular castle entrance now. I think at this point, it is clear that we are just missing Wolf somewhere. That is the actual complexity, I'm pretty sure. So we just got unlucky. It could be in the second castle as well, right? Because, like, yeah, Wolf could just be right here. It's not. It could be at any of the checks that we have skipped in the first castle. Or it's just in the second castle somewhere randomly as well, so... Nothing we can do about it. I'm more concerned that we haven't found any of the random bounties yet. We found one, and that's it. Yeah, this seed is, trolling. Yo, hold on. Heart refresh, we can beat the game. Failed my wing smash. You're welcomer. No, you are a welcomer. Is that like the advanced form of being a greeter at Walmart? They don't do that shit no more, do they? Does anybody under the age of 30 understand what a greeter at Walmart is? Yeah, this is just a random one. And it's Black Panther. We were already there, so that's a little bit of time loss, but... also, wait. We've done everything except for the 2 caverns checks. Knowing my luck, it's going to be there, so let's just do it now. Whatever. You ever just be listening to a song and then it goes wee 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 wee? Happens to me all the time. We library card after doing these 2 checks, and then we go second castle and then cry. I will drop it a wing smash. Yep, another random. Makes sense. I had to be missing them somewhere. Zombie. Well, I guess we'll do that real quick since we're right next to the zombie. It's one less thing I have to do. Of course. Whatever, man. I mean, blue Venusaweed, fine. This isn't that bad for us that we waited, but just annoying, I guess. More like blue penis weed. I forgot to kill the zombie! 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 I literally said I was gonna do it and then I forgot to do it! Zombie! 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 You guys remember that one? Up next in the best hits of the 90s, we've got Fuck My Ass by the Penis Poopers. The 90s would have, like, the world's largest band #1 single be called Fuck My Ass, and the band name be called Penis Poopers. The 90s was a crazy time, man. Top in the charts. What was the band Nirvana pushed? Meat Puppets? I think was their name, right? Obviously, yeah, the 90s was crazy, man. It was crazy. Up the Ass by Crazy Frog. I don't think that's a real one. I don't think Crazy Frog wrote that one. As long as you sang like Eddie Vedder, yeah, they just were like, please tell me you have that weird ass fucking grunge accent that is totally manufactured. Oh, I ain't going back to the first castle till I full clear second castle, I think is the plan right now. Fuck it. Bro doesn't even know the Crazy Frog discography. You know what? Caught. I'm a fake fan. What can I say? Fake fan. Whatever. I ain't doing this shit. Fuck this. Well, I kind of have to do this shit. Fuck. This sucks. Yeah, the whole Eddie Vedderism of vocals as well continued into the 90s, or into the 2000s, sadly, for a little while. And then 9/11 happened. And then everything changed. You weren't allowed to sing like, well, anymore. Eddie Vedder slamming? Dude, the guy's kind of a hack, right? I think over time, it has been vindicated that Eddie Vedder is a bit of a hack. And that's fine. Doesn't make him a bad person, necessarily. He might be a bad person. I don't know about that. I just think the music he makes is not very good. Seinfeld voice, what's the deal with 9/11? Well, funny you should ask how related those two are. It is crazy that your criminology degree broke down to, and then 9/11 happened. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's how it goes. Okay. Automod is trying to silence your voice, Dick Nation. Fight! Fight the system! You've been automatically moderated. Can't do anything about that. You could plead to the moderators, plead your case. Say you've been wrongfully imprisoned. Wrongfully imprisoned, whatever the fuck. Dude, this seat is something else. I've lost track of what the hell we're doing. Thanks, mods. Your wish is granted. Talking to the mods like they're fucking Shenron. There's Wolf. It was just chill. Like I said, it's the same layer. Bullshit. Honestly, this song sounds better than Eddie Vedder. Whoever sang this shit, they're killing it. Eddie Vedder couldn't fucking cover this shit because he's a coward. Where's Millicent's sword? Get stoned. And now you're dead. We skip everything, right? Also forgot to kill a blue Venus weed. Let me go back. There we go. Okay, I think we get to skip everything now. And just go straight to... If it was Merman Statue as the progression, then I will be upset, but there's nothing I can do about that. I bonked. Hinder falls under the genre that I like to call incel core, which is many bands have done this since the beginning of time. But essentially, if the conceit of the music in your band is women, am I right? then you get to be incel core. Oops. I think that works, actually. Yeah, I did. Okay. I did it the dumb way, but it works. And our final Vlad relic is Archer. Okay. Not bad. How's it going? It's going. The seed was very annoying, so we started ranting about music from the 90s instead of everything else. But now we're finishing the game, so. I guess... What's the most... I guess I'll just go from here, yeah. I don't know what the fastest option was, but I think this is fine. Oh, the gremlin set me on fire! Don't get me wrong, I listened to a lot of incel core in my youth. But I'm 30 now and have a healthy relationship with myself and women in general. So it's all good. Honestly, that is the thing that keeps me from listening to a lot of the music I grew up with. It's just how insanely misogynistic it all is. To like a very annoying degree. Because like, it's one of those things, like once you see it, you can't unsee it, you know what I mean? It's just, gross. Thank you, Cool Penguin. It's a different kind of appreciation of women. I understand what you're talking about. Oh, you're referring to something else. Never mind. Either way. Where's my buff star? You know, I could just double Varda, but it's overkill at this point. All right, this seed wasn't actually that bad in the end, so could have been way worse. You can separate sound and art from the interpreted message. You can, for sure. However, I'm just describing a phenomena that I experience. So it's not an attack on you or your means of wanting to listen to music. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why would I intentionally say, like, oh, this song is about how this guy's girlfriend broke up with him, so they killed his girlfriend. Like, I already know that that's the meaning behind the song, and I find it gross. So I'm not going to just be like, but it's a banger, though. I just, that requires a level of cognitive dissonance that I don't personally have, right? And if that's you, that's fine. That is an ability that I currently do not have. That's all. I don't know. This is the classic discourse thing where it's like, I say a thing that I experience, and all of a sudden it's like, let's have discourse. Let's have discourse about it. No. Fuck off. No discourse. Only subscribing, only liking, but no comments. I want to see 0 comments under this video in the YouTube comments. If you see a comment, I want you to take their comment and say, hey, no comments allowed. See you next time. Bye-bye.